I just want to give a heads up. I created a playlist. I've mentioned before how I've had quite a few dreams throughout the years, and I've even asked for help before to see, what kind of insights anyone might have about it. Um, so I've created a playlist in case you want to just listen to me telling about the dreams that I've had. Um, these go all the way back to 2011. But the dream from 2011, there was a very long time period until 2020 before I shared another dream on YouTube. Um, only most recent 2 nights ago and would have been, let's see, I had Wednesday night and then um, 2 nights ago, so that would have been Saturday night. I've had two more dreams, and I didn't do full length videos on those. Wednesday night, I've shared it with um, my closest friend. We call each other sisters, um, and I guess we are in a lot of ways. Because she was in that dream, and that dream had several people in it in a group of friends who we've had for years and years. And there was some really just kind of odd things that happened throughout the course of that dream, which I think directly correlate with how much my life has changed in the last couple of years as I have laid my sin nature down. Almost, I could never say completely, we're all sinners. I'm sure there's something I'm probably going to do now, tonight, and the next, before tomorrow morning that would be considered a sin. But as far as being a very immoral person, which I used to be, amoral to the nth degree, some of those some of the people in that dream were people who I used to run around with when I was doing all that stuff that winds you up in hell if you don't repent. And a part of that, the ending of that dream was uh, the lady who's probably one of the oldest people in my what I would consider friend group, or perhaps becoming former friend group at this point. Walking out of a room, shutting a door, and saying, "It's over. It's over." So I kind of felt good about that in a lot of ways, but it wasn't clear to me in the dream. Like, it was like someone had died. I think maybe she even said she's gone. And so I was thinking, was that my former life? I don't know. Dreams are such a mystery. And then Saturday night, another dream of a mass shooting. Um, I was somewhere I had no recollection of this place. I don't know if it was in Tennessee. I don't know if it was in Kentucky. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could be in California for all I know. It was just like a ranch brick home with a big yard. The yard had no no plants, no landscaping whatsoever. Just a really long yard, um, with not a full grass growth, just grass kind of here and there. And there were just, I think there was a pool. There actually was a pool behind the house. There were people. I don't know. I guess it was like some sort of a get together. Like, I don't know if it was a party or some sort of family gathering or what, but there was just a whole lot of different people, just standing around, sitting around the yard, around the house, around, like there was like a breezeway and some cars, and then I could see like the corner of a street, like the house was on a corner, and it was like I was either in a car or on the other side of the street. I don't know for sure that I was sitting in a car, but I wasn't a part of the group. I wasn't at the house. I could just see it all, and then there was just a guy just shooting at everybody, and it was real brief. Um, I don't I don't even remember like seeing people fall, seeing people injured or dying or blood. I don't remember seeing anything like that at all. I just remember seeing people standing and sitting in a yard hanging out, maybe 30 some people, a lot of people for just a house, you know. And then the guy just shooting, just firing everywhere. And I was like behind him. That's why I think I maybe been like sitting in a car, and he just walked like down a road, up onto a sidewalk, across the sidewalk, up onto the edge of the yard, and then just started firing everywhere. And then I woke up. But I didn't know if you might want to go and, check those out if you're someone who hasn't been on my channel a long time, and maybe you did or maybe you didn't know that I've shared dreams in the past. Um, the dreams that got it all started, I guess, was the dream of Beirut, Lebanon, and how in 2020 I dreamed again, of just some wild, wild stuff. And I mean, life is definitely, the quickening is definitely came upon us since 2020. So they may mean nothing whatsoever. I don't know. But throughout my whole entire life, and I think I've shared this before. If not, I'll share it again real briefly. And just a side note, thank you, um, to all my subs. Thank you so much. If you're not a sub, please subscribe to me. I'm getting real close to that mark, that personal goal I'm hoping to attain, which I shouldn't even feel that way. I shouldn't be selfish like that. But thank you. I appreciate you. If you're someone who's just joining, thank you so much for subbing. Please ring the bell, and I'm going to try to keep bringing content. I'm kind of a hodgepodge, and the reason why I'm a hodgepodge is because of what I'm doing right here. I'm just kind of going off topic. So, just to get back on topic, throughout my life, I had some crazy, crazy dreams. One dream that I never ever will be able to put out of my mind was I was like 13 years old, and I dreamed that it was horrible. It's still a very disturbing dream when I think about it and consider it. Um, but I dreamed that it was very, very devastating. My mother and I in a car, and we came up over a hill, which was my driveway, and we actually hit my brother who was out playing basketball. Um, and then a few days later, uh, one of my dad's best friends had a daughter who had a toddler. I think he was maybe 18 months or something. And she had put him in the back seat of the car, maybe a car seat, probably by that time, mid 80s. But he had gotten out of the car and she didn't know it, and she got in the car and she backed up and she ran over and she killed her own child. And such a horrible, horrible, sad, tragic story. And she never could get past the guilt that she had, and she ended up taking her own life because of what had happened. But it's just such a uh, disturbing, haunting dream that I'll never lose sight of. Was, oh, my cats just went crazy, was how I had had that horrible, horrible dream of my mother and I actually running over my little brother, and then that happened. So that's one of my earliest, very disturbing dreams. And then before, right before 2001, I guess it would have been, because I remember where I worked at the time. I worked at a factory, Tyco Electronics in Georgetown, Kentucky. I worked there from 98 to to um to I was there in 2001, so it was spring of 2002 they shut us down. Um but while I was there, I had a series of just really, really just out there, just bizarre dreams. And maybe it was the buildup of Y2K. I don't know. I mean, we know 2011, 2000, not 2011, 9/11, 2001 happened. So it was right before that when I started having all these bizarre, just really bizarre dreams. Dreams of I was riding through a forest on a four-wheeler, and just thousands of frogs started falling out of the air. One dream I was riding on top of an airplane. Um, I mean, really, really bizarre stuff. I've had some very, very intense dreams in my life. And so I just wanted to share them in a playlist if anyone's interested in that. Um, much love. Thanks a lot.